Welcome back to Stuff Sucks.
Sucks.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Not even welcome. Like
ham.
Like
Ham.
Ham.
what's like a really negative way of saying hello to somebody?
Goodbye.
Perfect. Goodbye. It Stuff Sucks.
That's quality.
Spot on.
That's probably the worst way of saying hello to somebody. Brilliant. Yeah, so I'm Alf.
I'm Jan.
I'm Jim.
And this is Stuff Sucks.
It is.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. First thing on the agenda of things that suck this week is it will be Alf's last week with us as a full-time member of the Things We Like / Stuff Sucks crew.
For a time.
Yeah, I am back fairly soon, and we'll probably get to record one more. So this is like a bit of a lie, but that might not happen. So yeah, this is sort of before I go. Which thanks for that. I mean, it sucks for me too, in many ways. But
it sucks for the show.
It's also awesome. I'm basically just going to go and party all summer.
You're not going to be appearing at various possible intervals throughout the summer now and again.
Well, I'm back.
I'm
back after this first foray for a bit, but I'm going to go and see my nana and stuff. But I mean, I'll be back, so we probably could record at some point. But then, once I go to Glastonbury, I might not be back until September. Maybe. But yeah, it does kind of suck going. I always think this, like, I used to go abroad to see my dad every year when I was a kid. Up until I was like 20 or something, I used to go every year for a month to go and see him. And it's like, that's badass, man. That was cool as shit. I got to go abroad, but I also missed, like, partying with your mates, through the summer. I missed that every year. You know what I mean? The first time around when everyone started going to festivals, I wasn't there. Like, it wasn't until years later that I started going, yeah, that does suck. Like, especially because I fucking love it. Like it totally, like, I couldn't imagine a year without going to at least one festival.
Alright, before you go into like how much that sucks, reel off the awesome places that your dad used to live. Was it Brazil?
And Hong Kong. Really only Brazil and Hong Kong. He has lived in other places, but those were the two that I went to loads, like, that's fucking cool, like, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you can't really complain, and I'm not, but it does kind of suck missing your mates for a month in the summer when that's the social pinnacle of the year, isn't it? Like,
especially considering that every summer we used to just hang out in your garage.
Yeah, well, I'm
so
not
you
there.
weren't there.
Yeah. It was cool. I just like, yeah, we can't talk about it. It was too cool. It didn't suck remotely.
But what did suck or is sucking?
Not seeing lights. Oh, you mean generally what else is sucking this week? Oh shit! You dropped that on me. I didn't have anything prepared. I'm pretty
didn't expect that question.
I'm fairly positive this week. What has sucked that I can talk about, that I'm allowed to talk about?
We could just kick you squaw in the nuts. And just as an experiment. You could.
To see what you think of.
No, thanks. I know what being kicked squaw in the nuts feels like. And it's painful.
I sat on my testicles the other night. I sat them real hard as well.
How bad is it?
Real hard.
That sucks. When you stand up or sit funny and the seam of your underwear basically tries to cheese wire a nut in half. Yeah, I mean, like sitting on it as well. Like, I don't know. I'm not compared, but both bad. Yeah.
No, I was also wearing some quite tight trousers, so it was like a proper sort of bam.
Yeah, that's not nice. There's a special chemical that's released for balls getting hit. It's like an additional pain.
You will feel the pain of your ancestors.
Yeah, like, that's messed up, man. Like, that's like those guys who fucking do the martial arts stuff to get hit. They don't just get hit in the nuts. They basically get build up tolerances to being attacked in vulnerable
Is
areas.
this the guy you told me about? The one who takes the sledgehammer kick right to the testicles?
They got an NFL linebacker.
That's it.
Who's like 6'8", who used to do a bit of kickboxing to come on this show and
Nice.
kick this guy in the nuts. The guy was lovely. He was a massive dude, friendly giant kind of style stuff. Like he said after he was like pulling all these faces after he kicked him, and he's like, I felt his nuts against my shin, and it was like he just was real cringe about the whole thing. But the guy took it, man. He lifted
Yeah.
off the ground, but he didn't he didn't collapse or nothing. He was like, yeah, I'm right.
The second time, the one where he really goes for it, he did kind of go.
He goes.
It was more of an exhale, like.
But still, fuck, man. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what sort of state and most people would be in? The thing I think is, it's all well and good being getting used to the pain, but you can't get used to the damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, are those nuts any good anymore? You know what I mean?
Well, has he had his kids already? In which case,
He looks
it
like an
doesn't
older
worry.
guy,
Yeah.
so I mean, maybe he has, but that's not really the point. It's
No.
like, it's all well and good being able to take a hit to the nuts, but if it's actually, it's all well and good being able to take a hit anywhere, but if it's doing proper damage to you, that's no good. Get better at moving out of the way.
Yeah.
Practice that
Is it not better?
religiously every day.
Is it not better to be good at both?
But that's one of the things. That's one of the things in that is that they're actually building up their tolerance to that weird chemical. It must work though. They do like getting hit in the throat and stuff as well, but yeah, it's just crazy, man.
Would you rather get really, really proper punched in the throat or the balls?
Really proper punched the balls, because you could probably die
Yeah.
from getting punched in the throat.
You
Really
might die
properly
from a
hard.
hard enough hitting the balls.
You might.
But the same
you're
strength
more
hit to
likely
the throat will definitely kill you.
You know what I mean?
Probably,
in order
yeah.
for a hit to be that hard enough to kill you through pain, yeah, it would definitely. It just collapse your trachea. I mean, it depends where you get hit in the neck, I suppose. It might just knock you out if you get hit in the side of the neck, but if they hit you in the front,
Yeah.
they're probably going to collapse your windpipe. So no.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to get a mech suit.
Yep.
It was quite an interesting program. That program that had the nut kicking on it. It's that this. What the hell's it called now? We'll try and find it for a link.
It wasn't Mind, Body and Kick-Ass Moves, was it?
No, it's.
It was physical. It was Superhuman something. It was the guys who do things.
the science.
The science behind superheroes.
No, it's
Some-
not. It's
this-
something to do with sports science. They used to.
But it was
used to get a lot
extraordinary
of, like,
sports science.
They did a lot of fighting stuff on it though. They often had a lot of boxers and UFC people.
But they also had like that dude, the Japanese dude who could cut a BB pellet in half with a katana.
Yeah.
He had him
they
on.
did have him on. Woo. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty sick.
They worked out he was actually moving before his brain had told him what to do. It was like purely on instinct. He was just sort of like going where he thought the BB was going to be.
So he's an X-Man.
He's essentially an X-Man.
Sound.
That doesn't suck remotely.
No.
That's the same guy who does all those other the slow mo ones of like cutting a run of bean perfectly in half on top of a post and stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck man, give this guy some people to kill.
They probably have done. You'll never hear from them again.
I remember reading, that's something that sucks. I read this a while ago. I hope they're still there, but they said there was like only 2 ninjas left in Japan.
That's what they think.
Yeah, well, that's why I was kind of like a little bit like. Well,
is,
there's only
yeah,
2 shit ninjas left in Japan.
It
People
is
they know about.
the point of being a ninja is to be secret.
I hope it was done as a joke by ninjas. Like they were like, yeah, let's fucking put this out there. There's only 2 ninjas left.
Well done, the ninjas. It was the weakest clap ever.
You did just look quite disgusted at your own hands.
My arms are moving weird.
You suck.
I have
So what else has sucked for you this week other than your ability to clap properly?
It's partially linked to that. It's not the heat because I don't. It's quite like it's been hot for just like 2 days in Britain. It's not the heat because I love the heat and the hotness is good. All praise the sun god. It's my brain.
Yeah, your brain can't handle the heat.
Are
No,
you a troll?
I don't know.
You have like a silica brain.
It's just Celtic blood.
It's cubbies.
Mm.
I definitely lose like 100 IQ points when the sun makes hot with the sky yellow.
Wear a mirror hat.
Maybe I should.
Or a fan hat.
Yeah.
Or walk around with a bag of ice on your head.
See, it is kind of relaxing, but have to do things with brain.
Yeah, they are important. I personally am not a fan of the heat.
Oh, I love the heat.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
No.
No, I just lose all enthusiasm for anything.
Ah.
I just want to lie here and be less warm. When the sun goes down, maybe I'll come out again.
It's a similar vibe. You have different symptoms though.
It makes me lethargic when it's really hot, but that's okay.
That's why it's bad when it's so hot at Glastonbury. So I can't sleep in my tent. It's too hot. It's like a greenhouse in there. I just need to find somewhere shady where I can lie down and pretend the world's not happening until the sun goes down and I can have a pie.
Gotta remember that one. Fucking Circus Field. That's the one to go to. They've got massive, massive tents with loads of space.
Mm-hmm.
If it's really hot, dive in there.
That's where we go. Although we did go into like the cinema tent and watch Ponyo one year. Fall asleep watching Ponyo, but because you're inside a tent which has got all like the doors closed off, it just turned into a sauna.
Yeah, the tent gets fucking warm.
It's like you're breathing soup.
I can kind of imagine it.
Like, it was cool, but I've never stuck to the floor in the same way I've done in there.
Oh, that sucks. Like that sucks. I'm doing hand gestures to suggest the floor is sucking into the ground.
Suction.
Yeah, there's suction occurring there, therefore it sucks. We have to stay on the sucky cruise.
Being British, I think, and just growing up in our non-extreme weather temperatures has perfectly acclimatised my body for being not too hot, not too cold. Just about middling. Yeah, tepid will do well for me.
That is interesting though. But actually, I was going to say that we do have a range of temperatures. I mean, it can get very cold and it can get very hot, but thinking about it,
we don't have like extremes like a lot of other countries do. Like we don't have a fucking monsoon season.
Yeah, it feels very hot as well.
It's just
not
because we're
that
wussies.
hot.
Yeah,
it's not like.
Well, I was thinking about it the other day. And it's like
hot countries' winters are still warmer than our summers.
America's got like even like one place like New York, for instance, that gets
pretty extreme.
really, really fucking hot and really, really goddamn cold, and they're like kind of on a similar or a lower parallel than us, right? Ish. Are we higher than them?
I think New York is possibly higher than us, but I don't know. That's just a wild guess.
Geography's not my strong suit.
I'm pretty sure we're a little bit higher than them. But then again, aren't we on the same sort of parallel as Moscow? And they get really quite cold winters.
But then New
quite
York
cold.
and us both get the Gulf Stream then, don't we? It's just got to be a factor.
That's what I was thinking about. I mean, like, that makes us hotter than we should be. But
it's nearer to the point where it's really super hot. Like, the thing that makes that warm for us, it passes New York sooner. Is that not going to be part of why it gets more extremely warm weather?
I don't know.
And then if it's more northern, it's more likely to get cold weather. Yeah, who knows? I like that about the British weather system, though, that it's like the two competing. Fuck it, stuff sucks. And I just mentioned something I like. Fuck it, ignore it.
You know what sucks?
What?
Talking about the weather.
Yeah!
Oh!
Victory. So,
Things that suck. The American Television Network scheduling program.
Which one?
All of them.
Because they suck.
Because they do things like Breaking Bad. They've got like a whole fucking year in between the first half of Series 5 and the second half of Series 5. Every single series they do seems to have like a 4-week break in the middle for no goddamn reason.
Baseball.
Fuck baseball. Fuck Labor Day.
You can't say fuck baseball.
Fuck the fucking Super Bowl. I don't want to miss episodes of True Detective or fucking Game of Thrones. I would like them delivered in a timely fashion.
yeah.
It's just... It grinds my gears.
Yeah.
And they should
Especially
apologise.
because we've got a Game of Thrones that are happening with Game of Thrones this week.
Mm-hmm.
What?
There's no
It's
Game
not
of
out.
Thrones
It's not
this
out.
week.
Because of...
Labor Day.
Fuck Labor Day.
Well, yeah. What does it mean?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't understand where the terms come from. I'm just angry about it because it means that I'm not getting Game of Thrones.
Christ almighty.
It's just... It's really not on. Stupid America. Shield.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sucked,
Agents of Shield. Yeah. Well,
but it became amazing.
because they had 2 mid-season breaks in America, it meant that over here in England, where we schedule our TV like rational individuals, there was some kind of like 8 to 10 week gap.
There were a couple.
It's just ridiculous.
I seem to remember there was another gap as well before Christmas. Like they stopped for like 2 or 3 weeks.
What a bunch of losers.
Well, we see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. worked it like a catwalk model. Like they knew like a catwalk model? Catwalk?
A catwalk model.
Catwalk. Like they knew these breaks were coming up. So they did like the first bit of the series. They had a break, they had a head scratch, came back with the next bit, and then they were like, oh hey, and then when...
By the time that we reached the end of the series, it got to a standard that we could possibly start calling it good.
Yes, I would call it good now.
I would call it good, acceptable, above average.
Well, if we talk about things that suck on TV, I'd like to mention whoever has cancelled Community, that they are the shit of the world.
Yeah. I mean, I've not seen anything since Dan Harmon left. So I feel like it would be irresponsible of me to jump on this bandwagon and say, you can't cancel Community, because I've not watched it for 2 years.
Right.
I haven't watched past episode 5 of this most recent series.
It was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't because I was disliking it, I just didn't have the time or whatever. I will do.
It didn't feel like the old days though, and Starburns was just all over everything. I don't know why I'm ragging on Starburns. I've been thinking about it a lot today.
But yeah, it does kind of suck, because it was a good show when I watched it.
That really what sucks is the shit that happened after 3.
Yeah. And maybe we wouldn't be in this position if they hadn't got rid of him.
Well, something happened. Like, I mean,
I
like...
still maintain they should have just done the dream sequence for the last series.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's still back to ridiculous American TV scheduling. It's like we get
Scheduling.
5 million new TV shows every year, of which 4,999,999 will get canned within the first 6 weeks.
And we don't even see most of the... We get quite a deal of American TV, really, as the most countries on the planet, I guess. But I was having a wee chat with someone online, the stuff that they actually get, there's like... You know, like we get like Everything You Need Is Raymond, or whatever the hell it was called. We get like 1 or 2 sitcoms a year from America, and one of them, every now and then one does really well, and like you get like...
Yeah, we usually get them like 5 years into the run in America. So
Well,
that then we
quicker
can
now.
like smack out 5 seasons back to back.
Actually, we're a bit quicker these days. Like How I Met Your Mother, we got like a week after it was issued in America. It used to be on like really late at night on BBC Two, like 1 in the morning. We tend to get them pretty quick now, ones that have got decent buzz. But like something in America, there's like 200 of these come out a year. Some of them more regional and stuff, and only like in the West Coast or whatever. But there's shitloads of them. The amount of TV that gets cancelled every year in America far outweighs the amount of series that carry on. I've lost control of the sentence, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, it is just a ridiculous state of affairs. Why can they not just concentrate all of their efforts on maybe making...
Game of Thrones quicker.
Yeah.
Well, look at HBO's record.
Yeah, HBO are just class though. They
Yeah,
are a class act.
and you know, with the other fellas, Showtime, AMC, the other cable guys.
Yeah. They do some pretty steady shit.
Well, because they make less stuff, they just make more quality, or at least try to. Sometimes they misfire, but a lot of the time it's just pure gold. And no adverts. Mick Jagger,
Does he?
he once sucked an egg out of a chicken.
Did he really?
No, it's a spurious rumour. I've been putting it about though.
Okay.
Antibiotics are about to stop working.
Well, all of them.
All of them.
Every single one.
Yeah. Actually, there's a community...
Listen, just because we can't think of anything that really sucks doesn't mean we should just make wild statements.
No, wait. It's a community public service announcement. If you ever get given a course of antibiotics, you've got to take them all and finish them. It doesn't matter if you get better. You've got to take all the antibiotics. Yeah. Save the world there.
Well, I thought you said they weren't going to work anymore, so you...
Oh, wait. That's the thing. If you don't finish off your course of antibiotics, which people haven't been doing for like...
Ever.
for always now, then the bacteria and the stuff that survives the actual initial
it's
assault.
beastie because now it knows how to kill the antibiotic.
Yeah, and that's how come we had to develop more and more aggressive antibiotics, and they think we're at the tipping point the next couple of years where it'd just be like,
Not going to work anymore.
no more antibiotics,
Well, that does suck.
which will instantly make most operations like 80-90% more dangerous.
Including the game operation.
Including the game operation. You try and get that little spare rib out of him, or his dicky heart.
Dicky heart.
Yeah. Wooden bladder.
Are these the actual terms for the operation? Like wooden bladder, dicky heart.
I remember a game of operation my grandma had. I think it might have been the original one from the 60s. Well, the stuff was made out of different things. I thought it was rad. But now it's all just like little white bits.
Little white piece of plastic.
Yeah.
That's because, they're dicks.
They are
Did you know
dicks.
Stuff
that,
sucks.
Monopoly was invented by a lady, and she invented the game to teach the world about the perils of consumerism.
But her dream was...
It's now one of the top-selling board games of all time.
Yeah, well, do you know what? Fair play to her, though. Because
No,
I can see
like
why
she
that-
didn't get the money for any of it.
No,
Like,
I
she didn't
don't
get any
mean that.
success or recognition.
No, I don't mean that. It was fair play to us for the attempt at making a game to teach people about the perils of consumerism.
Yeah,
And I think it's actually
a
quite...
shame it backfired so spectacularly.
Everyone just went, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the goal of life.
One person wins and everyone else
Rinse
is
everyone
fucked.
else, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and not even just the game itself, like what it has become, the millions of different variations of Monopoly that you can now buy, the annual run at McDonald's of Monopoly themed
Yeah, it's
prizes.
like well intertwined with commercialism. Like, good on it.
Possibly the
Yeah.
biggest commercially incorporated board game of all time.
Probably. Very meta, really.
That's
So yeah, things suck. Sometimes you'll have a great idea which will accomplish the exact opposite of what you intended.
that's like the guy with
Harsh
the
lessons.
with the
With the Hindenburg. So what were you saying, dude?
a bit like the guy who tried to put diesel in petrol. No, not diesel. Put lead in petrol to help everyone out by making their engines last longer, but actually criminalised the population.
Is this to do with the correlative effect that they noticed between the removing of lead from petrol and the drop in violent crime?
I see you've read the article.
I've heard of
Yes.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all I know of it.
Yeah, that's the gist of it. Basically, yeah, they did.
So
the
guys,
study,
we noticed this.
when
Odd
they took the
story.
lead out. Yeah, crime rates went down.
Get the lead out.
Yeah, crazy. But like globally, those stats were accrued around the world. Like that trend correlates with as they took lead out of petrol, and also as when they put lead into petrol.
We should remove lead from everything.
They're trying.
What are we going to do with all the lead?
Use it in prisons.
Well, to get rid of it completely. The less lead we have in the world, the less crime.
We should definitely get it off the church roofs then.
Maybe that's why they've all gone wrong.
Churches, because of all the lead.
Mm.
Killer robots, they suck.
Oh, I don't know.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
There's been a big UN meet, I think a week or two ago
It's
now.
a big UN meet.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was ham.
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 They all got together and decided that robots that can autonomously decide to kill people are bad.
Have they
I
not seen the
could've-
Terminator?
I know.
It's good of them.
I mean,
It's good that
it
they've
does
all
kind of
decided
prove their
realised
point.
that
Yeah.
together.
But it would be cool.
Robots that can decide if they're going to kill you or not.
Well, preferably robots that could decide if they were going to kill other people or not. I don't want the robots to kill me, but I figure if I want to live in a world with killer robots, I have to brace myself for the possibility they might kill me.
That's true. It's very practical.
But yeah, if there are any robots listening, I'm on Team Robot. So whenever you want to start the takeover, I'm on board.
Yeah, we love you, robots. And we heart GCHQ. We know you're listening.
And although if you could orchestrate some way of creating a zombie apocalypse, that would also be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Robots don't have to fear a zombie apocalypse, and it's a good way to get rid of the human population.
Unless they get infected as well.
How are they going to get infected?
Virus. I don't know.
What, and they eat robots? Or they eat humans?
I don't know. They eat brains or computer chips. Actually, that's the thing. Zombies don't eat brains anymore. I miss that.
They don't eat brains anymore.
Yeah, I do kind of miss that too, yeah.
Like, iZombie's coming up, which is a TV series of a comic. I think CW are doing it, and it's about a zombie, but she's kind of like normal-ish, and she eats brains to fight, get people's memories and shit. And she investigates things. So at least some zombies are eating brains.
Yeah, but she's the first zombie in a long time that I've noticed to have eaten a brain.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the zombies will still eat the brains, but brains aren't the delicacy they once were in the zombie world.
What Tarman in whatever zombie Return of the Living Dead.
It matters as well, because if they're like a brain, if you think like they're a brain eating machine, they're not going to tear your corpse apart, like your body apart, the same way.
It's more beneficial for them as a reproductive aspect.
Yeah.
Of their society.
Yeah. Plus, I suppose if zombies go around just eating brains, there won't be as many zombies getting up again later. Because they need their brains, apparently.
True, they do still need the brain. Maybe they could just eat the top of the brain. Leave enough of the brain to reanimate whoever you're eating. I don't know. Someone needs to sort out these zombies.
Kind of bored of zombies.
They're on the turning point of sucking in, I fear.
Yeah, a lot of zombies. A lot of shitty vampires.
Yeah.
I don't think zombies will ever suck. Like, they might suck in terms of like
how they're being portrayed by modern day entertainment.
But if it ever happened, it would be glorious.
Glorious.
Yeah. Oh, I understand the death of friends and loved ones and all of that stuff that happen. It's but I'd be excited.
I don't have the patience or physical attributes to survive a zombie apocalypse.
You don't have the patience or physical attributes to survive a zombie apocalypse.
I'm not willing to run.
You don't need to run.
I'm not willing to wait.
You really
You're not
do
ready to
need
wait.
to run.
You're not really willing to just chill out somewhere.
I get bored.
Why?
I want to go do something.
Like what?
I don't know, play mini golf.
We could do that in a zombie apocalypse.
Well, as long as you're there to look after me, I'm in.
Right, we'll just radio me when you fucking get a bit bored. If you know you're getting a bit cabin fever, so I'll carve my way over and we'll go for a round. Because it's not that far away from here.
It's not. It's really quite close.
Yeah.
Before I forget as well, robots, mechs. I'm pretty sure it's reasonably soon someone's going to go on a mech rampage.
It's only a matter of time, innit?
Yeah, because they're not that far off from that shit.
People are building backyard mechs. I've seen some pretty good ones this week.
It's going to be fucking cool.
Eventually someone's going to flip Killdozer style and just go on a rampage through their town with a mech.
That's like, it's going to be horrendous, but it's also going to be cool.
It is kind of, I suppose. But how do you stop? So they're not. It's not like they're prepared for it. They weren't prepared for Killdozer. They'll no way be prepared for a mech attack.
I think, realistically, it's all a matter of how serious they realise it is, how quickly. Because it'd take a jet 5 minutes to get virtually anywhere in this country. So, like, if they were like, oh shit, this needs taking the fuck out, and they realised, I reckon it'd be, it could be over super quick. But if they were like mobilising troops at it and shit, like, that guy, whoever it is in the mech suit, could do a lot. But also it depends where you are. Like, I don't know, like go smash up a fucking, the Trafford Centre or something like that. Like,
smash the bank if you got real balls.
Like, the information coming out of something like that would just be crazy. You know what I mean?
Do you mean like the media stuff?
Well, media stuff, the calls to police off cell phones, the videos people are taking on cell phones and fucking putting up immediately of some crazy fucking person in a mech. I don't know, it'd just be utter chaos. It might be fairly easy to fuck off though as well, like, it's a mech suit. It's not like you're in a car, like, if you could just, if they drive at you and you can flip the fucking police car or whatever, then they're fucked, aren't they? And how armoured you are. I don't know, it'd be fucking well crazy.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of arrests in the preceding weeks as well. Like, wouldn't necessarily go to, like, people getting sent to prison or anything, but there'd be anyone who was fucking capable of building something like that or had the equipment at home to do
you mean
that.
they look at everyone on the list and round
Yeah,
them all up?
they would fucking well go interviewing people and doing all that sort of shit. Yeah, it would get kind of a bit fucking 1984 scary for a little bit, I reckon, if somebody did something like that. Because you just, like, how do you deal with that? That's the same sort of shit as when the terrorist attack happened. Like, when 9/11 happened, like, the lockdown, and, you know, that's still going on now, so you kind of think, if something like that happened, fuck, man.
There'd be a lot of...
I wouldn't put it past the government from doing it deliberately.
What,
it's a way to get more
unleashing
power.
a Mech?
Yeah. Like, it turns out it's not just some fucking guy who went postal, it's like some guy who was fucking told to do it or whatever. But you would never find that out.
Very Watchmen.
Yeah, I reckon they would. It's a classic political move, isn't it? Which is scarier in itself. And sucks, definitively.
Quick things that suck.
My birthday this year, a few days ago, was the 30-year anniversary of the death of Ian Curtis. Whilst his music rocks, the fact that he can no longer make it sucks.
People being an arsehole deliberately.
Just
Sucks.
Yeah.
Grey t-shirts.
Why do they suck?
Yeah, I've got a couple of grey t-shirts.
Because
They're quite nice.
in this weather, if I start moving too quickly and sweating, I start getting giant vampire bat wings of sweat.
I've seen these.
And on a grey t-shirt, that looks great.
Light green's not so good for you either.
Like light green. Do I have any light green t-shirts?
That's what you were wearing the other day.
Is it the one with the yellow stuff on the front?
I don't know.
I think I stole that t-shirt off Bowley. I've
That
sweated all
sucks.
over it.
That sucks even more.
Yeah.
If you want to get in contact with us, you can find us at...
I like the fact that for the first time you try and do the outro, but you don't even know our email address.
It's things like...
things we like at hotmail.com.
Shit, how we play
We're
it?
on WordPress at things like
dot
WordPress.com.
press.com.
yeah.
And you can find us on YouTube if you search like the best treasure hunter ever and follow. I don't know. You can like us on Facebook. That's an easy way.
We're
You
on Twitter. Things we like.
At _ things with a capital T _ like.
We're probably on other stuff. Probably on a few watch lists. Definitely for the Mech one though.
really, if you want to know how to get in contact with us, watch a previous episode of Things We Like and skip to the end, because we probably summarised it much better than this time.
Yeah, we're out there somewhere.
Well, you can stop it.
Cool. I don't know. I think I'm just stroking your computer. Oh, there it is.